Hello, here is a little tree farm tutorial for everyone. So, if you get your sapling here, this is an oak tree farm only. Go ahead and place it in here. It'll automatically bone meal your sapling. Sometimes it takes a long time for no reason. Sometimes it's instantaneous for no reason. It's really nice. But as you can see, after it does go, it pushes the logs aside for mining later. And the saplings are automatically dispensed to you. I started out with one sapling, now I have 4. Although I've used a couple in the process because I'm in creative mode, but it should give you a return on your saplings, or just about. And sometimes you get an instantaneous one, sometimes you get unlucky like this where it takes a long time, several times in a row. It might be based on the time of day, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so this is how you start your farm. So, you're going to go 2 blocks in the ground and place your sticky piston, and replace your dirt. To the side of that, go 2 blocks deep on 2 parts. Then you're going to want to place your redstone dust and a glass with redstone dust on top of it. Then place some more glass with a comparator coming out of it. Next, what you're going to want to do is right here above your sticky piston down there, you're going to place 2 dispensers, like so. Take 3 hoppers on this side and 4 hoppers on this side, and then put chests on top. This is your bone meal system. I'd recommend filling it up now, so when you're done with the farm, you will be ready to rock and roll with bone meal already in your dispensers. And of course, the more full you get it, the longer it'll last you. So next, what you're going to want to do is get your observer right here. Make sure the redstone is facing away from the comparator and the face is looking at the comparator. Then go ahead and take a redstone repeater, put it there, take a block of your choice, and another one right there, and then place it like so. Okay, so now take 6 pistons, place them like so. 6 pistons. And then what you're going to want to do is put a smooth stone up here, or not a smooth stone, just a temporary block, and then take a half slab and put it right there. And then this will prevent your tree from growing too big. Okay, so now what you're going to do, one dropper, and then you are going to ignore the rooster in the background and place 5 hoppers, with them lining up 1 block behind the piston. Then what you're going to need to do is 2 hoppers out from here, 1 hopper right there, with 5 again. Now if you want, you're going to have a hole in here so that you can actually get to your place. This is a bit more compact than the actual design I was just demonstrating, but it works all the same, and this is just some upgrades I came up with while I was doing the tutorial. Okay, so now what you're going to do, I've dug out a little here, you're going to dig out this kind of formation, and then right there, you're going to place a lever right here with a comparator going into subtract mode, going into there. And this is your clock. You can block as much of this back up as you want, except for this block right here you can't. And of course all of this is not optional. And then when you come down here, you will be able to pull that, and it will start your clock. And it will be dispensing bone meal, and it'll dispense out your items. So, like so. Now let's go ahead and get all the pistons set up. So what you're going to want to do is come every other block, starting at your redstone dust right down there, place a block, and then place your dust. Perfect. Now, take some glass, and place it in this formation, place some redstone dust on it, and this will carry your pulse all the way up. Then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and get some more pistons. Oops. Go ahead and place a piston behind every hopper and go 4 blocks high. It'll be 5 blocks wide. And do the exact same for the other side. Should look like that after you're done. Okay, so now I'm done with both sides. Now we have to wire everything up. So let's go ahead. 2 blocks out. 2 blocks out. Now you get 1 glass, or you can use a slab. You can use a slab for any of the glass in this build, I feel like I should mention. And go like so. Do the same for both sides. And then put redstone on all the blocks you just placed. I'm sure there's a more compact way to do this, but I decided to make it simple and just do it this way. So now you have your leaves all automatically harvested. So let's go ahead and test out the farm at this point, just to make sure everything is in order. So get your sapling, click your lever, and as you can see, everything seems to be in order, except this block didn't push up. And the reason for that, a very simple one, is that block needs to be there. So now it's working just fine, as you can tell. If there is an error like that because there's not enough bone meal in this dispenser, which will also cause it, then it'll fix itself as soon as it is able to do so. And it seems to be working pretty well. It has an abnormal shape because of that small issue, but 5 blocks tall, that's how tall you want it, and all the leaves are getting harvested. It's spitting out sticks. How many oak saplings do I have? 6, which means it's giving me some back out of here. Perfect. Let's turn it off for the rest of the build. Dandy. And then what you're going to want to do is, depending on how large you want your cube, 12 is the maximum size, you are going to want to come out here and set up a little cube system. So how you're going to do that is you're going to need a redstone torch and a piston. The bigger your cube is, the more pistons you'll need, so keep that in mind. So now what you're going to want to do is come right out here and place it as tall as your wood is. So 5 tall, right alongside the wood, for as long as you want it. And for now, I am going to make a 4 wide. Okay, now we're going to finish up this system so that it automatically pushes everything out for you. You don't have to come and press a button or something every time you want the wood cubed. So, place a redstone torch on the last block below the last piston, right there. And then go ahead and come out here and place some redstone dust. Next, you're going to come over here. If you do this right next to your build, you might want to do it 1 block out, simply to prevent these leaf things from going off extra, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. Take some glass and make sure to put it like so, so that you have a stairway up. And to make sure it works, put that there. And as you can see, everything is coming except this one. And that's because we need to change out this for a solid block, sadly. And everything still works normally. So, let's make sure. Nope, sorry. You are unfortunately going to need to branch out right here. just so that your redstone can correctly line up. I guess you just need that. Yeah, just that. And then... oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to set up our cubing system. So, place a redstone torch right there, along with 3 blocks, like so. Then you're going to want to place like this. If you build this cubing system 1 block farther down, you won't impact these pistons, but unfortunately right now you do. It's not much of an issue, but your leaving pistons will be impacted a bit. Place some glass right there, and right there. And then go ahead and place 2 blocks right there and there. Sorry. 1 block and 1 piece of glass. Otherwise this shouldn't work. And then make sure everything is working. Okay, looks good. So now tree farm should be complete. Let's go ahead and test it out a little. Getting some saplings back. Pushing it. Remember, you can make this much longer than it is. The piston's push limit over here is 12, so if you go 1, 2, 3 blocks out, then you can add another until you get 12. 12 is the maximum, of course. So if you want the maximum, you'd have to add 9 piston layers out here. And now, after this grows, we should see it cube a little, and it clears up room for the pistons to push back. And yeah, that's the basics of the farm. If you want, you can always set up a gas explosion chamber or wither chamber to harvest these logs automatically. I recommend getting a nice efficiency 5 axe and just mining it all by hand. It's a lot easier to set up and faster, and the cube makes it pretty easy to just go along the line and do this. And yeah, there's the farm.